welcome back to my channel. Today I'm decided to take you outside because I'm on a mini vacation. Actually, it's more like a workation because I worked both yesterday and the day before. But still, I get to enjoy this beautiful nature and the sunshine. Get to hang out with the cats. There are a lot of cats here. Let me introduce you to I think there are three of them right now. So here's the first one, and don't feel sorry for them because they just ate. I gave them a lot of food, but they could eat all day. There's another one over there, and I think the third one got into the house. Hey, so those are the cats, and I'm gonna be talking about my September reads in today's video. So today was a great today. Today was not a great reading day because I just sat and enjoy the sunshine. But September was a great reading month, and there's a little bit of everything. I read historical fiction, literary fiction, mystery, and romance. So the first book I read was Writers and Lovers, which I really enjoyed. It talks about a 31-year-old waitress who's also writing a novel, and her name is Casey, and she's dealing with quite a lot of things: the being dumped by her boyfriend, the recent loss of her mother, and just adulting. But yeah, seriously, she has a lot of student loans and just a lot to deal with. She has a full plate. The best thing about the book was that I really felt involved in the process of writing, and how at one point it all seems pointless, and then the next you're like, okay, I'm doing great. I'm winning at life. The next book I read was The Maidens. So I read The Silent Patient last year and really enjoyed it. And then my friend told me that I should read The Maidens. She told me she thought it was okay, but she wanted me to read it so we could discuss it. And I did, and I also thought it was okay. Nothing phenomenal, nothing extraordinary. So basically, the main problem for me is that this thriller didn't feel like a thriller, except for the double twist at the end, which was still really satisfying. Let me get that clear. But there was nothing so compelling about it that I couldn't put it down. Usually I want my thrillers to be something that I can't stop reading. The story takes place at Cambridge, which is a really nice setting for murder to take place at. A group therapist, actually our main character, Mariana, gets a call from her niece telling her that her best friend got murdered. And then Mariana gets involved in the investigation, and she believes that the professor of Greek tragedy is the one responsible for the crime, because he has some sort of a cult called the Maidens, and which consists of a dozen beautiful girls, and so that's why she thinks that he did it. She becomes obsessed with proving he's guilty, and yeah, we get to find out whether he's really guilty or not. There are a lot of Greek mythology references, so if you like that, you'll love this book. But I thought it was okay. I mean, I'm probably not gonna reread it, but it was still fine. Next book I read was Pachinko. Do you want to talk about Pachinko? Look at her. How did you like this book? You haven't read it yet? No, not yet? You don't like historical fiction? Okay. So, Pachinko is an amazing historical fiction novel. It's a family saga, and it follows 4 generations of Koreans living in Japan. I knew next to nothing about Koreans and Korean history, so this was a really enlightening experience for me to read this book. And I didn't know that it was so that Koreans were so mistreated and discriminated against in Japan during the war, after which Korea split into North and South Korea. So I really liked learning about that, although at times it was really hard to read because it kind of hit close to home. I felt like we could have had 4 books, one for each generation, because I really cared about Sunja and her children, and then which is like the first 250 pages. So the first 250 pages were great, and then the rest I just didn't care so much about, and I think it's because the author wanted to include everyone, and it was just, I mean, you would need a really long book for that. So um I didn't like that, but it's still a great read. So after all of these books dealing with such heavy topics, I finally decided to pick up a nice light read that made me feel hopeful, that it warmed my heart. Oh, it was just wonderful. That book was Unhoneymooners. This is an enemies to lovers type of romance, and I found both Olive, our main character, and her love interest very likable, which is surprising because usually in the enemies to lovers type of romance, I don't like the guy. Like I feel like they make male characters really unlikable on purpose. So it is Olive's sister's wedding. She's getting married to the love of her life, and everything's fine and dandy until everyone at the wedding gets food poisoning, except for Olive and Ethan, her enemy, but not really an enemy towards the end of the book, right? Okay, I'm not trying not to give it away, but it's a romance, so what do you expect? The bride and the groom can't go on the honeymoon because they're sick, and they want Ethan and Olive to go instead. And then in Hawaii, magic happens. So I'll let you guess if they end up together or not. But yeah, I just really enjoyed On Honeymooners. And that's it for my September wrap up. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed meeting my cats. Actually, they're not my cats, unfortunately, but they're like my friends when I'm here in this place. So yeah, have a good day and see you in a week. Bye.